Welcome to Coffee with Tim Black. I'm your host, Tim Black. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so let's talk about Chicago and these four teenagers that abused this young man. Let's just get this out the way. First of all, I already talked about this, okay? I was like first. Talked about it in the show. Here goes the clip. Just before coming on the air tonight, someone sent me a tweet. They tweeted me this story about a white kid being beaten up, tortured in Chicago by some black kids. Right? And they taped his mouth and tied him up, and they were punching him and hitting him, and and you could hear the video. One of the kids was saying F Donald Trump, and was saying bad, negative things, degrading things about white people, what have you. And I'm talking about it because I want everyone to know I'll talk about anything. That's just who I am. I don't run from a story. But unfortunately, a lot of people didn't see that clip because they didn't watch my show. So here we go. This was a hate crime. Anyone saying this was not a hate crime is committing a crime against your intelligence. They were saying throughout the torture fest that, hey, F white people. F white people. F white people. Now, if you keep saying F white people, why does that keep coming up? He's the only white guy in the room. So let's just end it there. Let's not be stupid and insult someone's intelligence by saying you think this was about Trump. Now, they did say Trump's name a couple of times. They did. That just makes it, something for us to talk about. But I think this was a hate crime, okay? Based on just the fact that race was brought up throughout the torture. And no one feels sorry for people that torture people, so hey, there you go. And you shouldn't. If you do, there's a problem with you, okay? You can't say because these people did this thing, that's going to make an excuse for this thing. These are separate things. All right. I pride myself on my ability to keep it real. I'm noticing people are taking this incident and blaming Black Lives Matter. And this is why I told you guys I hate being a part of groups. See? That's why I don't choose to be in a group. I'm my own group. See? Because see what they're doing? You see what they're doing? Guys over at Prison Planet got a lot of followers. Alt-right people got a lot of followers now. Because Trump got elected, they got a lot of followers. They're picking up a lot of steam. And what are they doing? They're saying that these four teenagers were influenced, driven by Black Lives Matter. Yep, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. And you know what? People think it's true. That's right. Because Alex over there got himself a new Piers Morgan type guy, somebody from the UK, talk about U.S. issues. Same thing. He just did a reverse Piers Morgan. And this guy lies just like Piers Morgan lied a lot too. I don't like him and I don't like Piers Morgan. But back to the point. They are leading this idea, guys, that this has something to do with Black Lives Matter. This had to do with nothing but these four teenagers and their anger and their disdain. And when you ask, you say, well, why did you make the connection between Black Lives Matter? The guy even says, well, if this was something white people did, they were connected to Trump, so it's only fair we connect it to Black Lives Matter. See, when you are a truth teller, your job is to tell the truth. You don't say, I'm going to do the wrong thing because I think in a similar situation, they would have done the wrong thing. That makes you wrong. Just as wrong as the people that you're pointing out. And it only works, right, when you have an audience of people who cannot critically think. When you have an audience of people who don't critically think and they just let their commentators and their news people tell them whatever, they get away with stuff like this. A guy so arrogant, he would say, I really have no basis for this. My only basis is that in a similar situation, these other people would lie too. So, and misconstrue and fabricate. So I'm going to do that too. You, sir, have no credibility. You should be ashamed of yourself, but I'm sure you're not. Unfortunate. Ruined your whole shot of being credible. An exclusive reason why I believe, or what I believe, motivated these teenagers to do this horrible thing. See, there have been people going on various radio broadcasts, TV broadcasts, mainstream media, independent media, talking about the number of hate crimes that have happened since Trump was elected. They've been creating this narrative, this idea that all these black people and Muslim people have been persecuted since Trump was elected. I have a feeling, just a feeling, that these young teenagers got wind of this information and took matters into their own hands. The reality, folks, is every 4 years, and I wrote an article for the Huffington Post. Okay? I wrote an article for Huffington Post. Go look up Tim Black, HuffPost. Go to timblacktv.com. You'll find my article. Well, I explain in detail. There's an upswing of hate crimes every 4 years right after an election. But this year's uptick of hate crimes is less than it was in 2012 and in 2008. And the prime victims of the hate crimes this year have been Jewish folks, the LGBTQ community. Did I say that right? All right. So that's what I think was the influence here. I think people have been influenced by the mainstream media narratives that have been false, that have made it seem like we're in the Trump-pocalypse. Trump-pocalypse. Yeah, that's it. Trump-pocalypse. And it's really scaring the hell out of people, particularly black and brown people, okay? So these guys who are trying to make it about Black Lives Matter, you didn't need to do that. You need to lie. Just make it about the people who have been fanning the flames of division. It's a shame. It's a shame. Maybe you can watch this video and learn from me how to be an upstanding reporter, how to be an upstanding journalist, upstanding truth teller, keep it real with your commentary, and not do the wrong thing just because it's easier to do and it's more lucrative to do. Do the right thing because it's hard to do. Do it because it's the right thing to do. That's the only reason why you do it. I'm Tim Black. Go see me at timblacktv.com. Pick yourself up some Tim Black TV coffee. I have my own special blend. I stand behind it. And I got your back. Peace.